Pete, the first time I met you, I think we were doing Doug Loves Movies at the UCB, and it was me, you, and Bill Burr. And I'd never met you.
It's my Bill Burr impression.
That's really good.
Nah, I'm serious.
So I don't watch any current movies. My knowledge of movies is like way old, so I'm not going to be good at it. And Doug is smoking weed in the back, of course. Suspend your disbelief for that part. And I sit down and I meet Bill Burr. I'm like, oh, hey, Bill. And he goes, I'm Jeff. He goes, hey, how's it going? And I go, he goes, hey, Jeff, we're doing a show with Pete Holmes, so you and I are never going to talk. And
that's about right.
But the thing was, it was the best thing in the world because I don't know anything about like
movies,
what's currently in theaters.
Neither do I.
But you just got up and just completely dominated the whole thing.
I don't want to get to the game.
Me neither.
Yeah.
But you took me. I didn't have to play the game, and my gift to the audience member was a flask full of really nice whiskey. And that was my offer to whoever voted for me at the end of the thing.
Oh, that's fine.
While you were talking...
Do they get to keep the flask?
No, because while you were talking, Bill and I just opened it up and drank the entire thing.
I remember that. I got a little drunk that show, too.
Oh, yeah, because we passed it down.
And afterwards, Bill went, yeah, you had a little too much Jesus juice. That's what he said.
Yeah. I call that a threshold guardian. That's what Joseph Campbell would call it.
Wait, did you call him Joey Camps earlier?
Joey Cambs.
Joey Cambs.
Yeah, Joey Cambs.
Yeah.
Changed my life, Joey Cambs.
That's what we had to chat about. I prefer my Pete Holmeses. I don't think you talk too much at all. I think you talk just enough.
That's very sweet. And when I do Doug Loves Movies, kind of like what you were actually asking me about Crashing, I think, there is a depersonalizing element of you become like, that's TV me, right, and this is me. Similarly, on Doug Loves Movies, that's Doug Loves Movies me. We all have these different modes. There's like Thanksgiving you, there's alone on the subway you, there's drunk at a party you. In fact, maybe you'll relate to this. One of the reasons I don't like going to parties and getting stoned or whatever is because I'm not that crazy about my personality. Like, I love it, don't get me wrong, but I'll also come home and I'll be like, I told too many stories. Like, it'll just...
Or maybe that you don't know who you are, right?
I'll just say to Valence, like, this is why I like to keep it at home.
Yeah.
But that's like Dan and I, we've been doing this podcast for 4 million episodes, and we've told the same 7 stories 100,000 times.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why, good entertainer. Like, it's good to know when to... But bad at a party.
No, but we don't. You would have thought we would have learned that a long time ago. I keep telling the same 5 stories.
No, we always forget right when we should. Right when we're about to repeat the first story, we forget.
No, I understand that. I sometimes worry on my podcast because we've done, I don't know, almost 400 episodes. There's anyone listen? I mean, you could give me, you could give me feedback. I won't take it personally. Do you go like, he's gonna tell that? He's about to do that story, right? I mean, I do too.
But do you know?
I'm also there, and I'm like, wow.
It's
like
something...
AI could make me from the podcast. You know what I mean? If you say this, he's going to say that.
Let's talk about that.
That's what I'm
because
hearing.
That's what you just said about the party thing. Like, why would I go to a party? And then you sit there and like, who are you? Do you constantly wonder that? And do quote unquote normal people constantly wonder that? I keep playing a Hail Mary where I think, I'm pretty sure, quote unquote, normal people, AKA the people listening.
Although, don't be so sure. I used to be exclusionary in my language, and I was like, comedians are like this, or creative people are like this. Now, I'm sure most of these people here can relate to this feeling.
I just said that, and you're high-roading me. I made that exception, and I'm
did you?
Yeah, I did. I'm saying, I think that
Pete, I'm here and I'm listening.
Well, I'm unclear. Deal with it. That's the point of the show.
I'm unclear.
That
is beautiful. You can be unclear.
It's not beautiful. Fuck you. Fuck no. No, God damn your UCB training. That was what I was trying to.
Yes, I understand.
Is that God damn it! No, I can't. Now I keep hearing your impression of me, and I'm afraid to start. But God damn it! Yeah.
No, most people wonder
right.
who they are? Do you think like
Yes,
regular Joe Schmo?
Does everyone basically essentially not know who they are?
I don't think so. I
Wait,
think that's
no, they don't, or yes, no, they don't.
I wonder. I have some friends where I'm just like, no, that guy's just fucking like, I'm Ted.
And he knows, and he
Right.
knows.
And he knows, and he goes, Ted
And
goes,
we love Ted. Like
Do
Ted
we?
dies in a skiing accident, and then everyone's like there are good Teds and bad Teds.
They
Sure.
just
Like
switch.
Ted Bundy, and then Ted the
stuffed animal.
That was a dog
good
hack that I
Ted.
did. Like sometimes it's like, oh, that's why Ted like shot that kid.
Well, it just feels like they just kind of switch automatically. Where if we gotta go, wait a second, I'm going into a mall. Okay, mall, got it.
It's very
where
basic.
Other people just do it. They're like, yeah, I'm Ted. Here we go, Ted in the mall.
Like yeah,
I love that every once in a while Sleepy Martin Starr chimes in.
That's very flattering.
It is because
That's one of the
because
best-
it means how much weight you've lost.
Oh man.
Yeah, you look great.
I would say like homeless fat guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Or homeless fat guy from Lost. I mean, Martin Starr, Jesus Christ.
all about
That's
weight
a
loss.
handsome man.
That's a thin man.
Yeah.
He's actually here.
Spencer, so you're saying, I think we can probably all relate to that. Like if you're going, okay, I'm going into a 4th of July party, I got to be 4th of July party Spencer.
Well, that's what I thought Pete was mentioning is that it's like, oh yeah, we're different people in different situations. You know, we kind of we act differently depending on who we're around.
And isn't Dan saying though underneath that we're going, but who am I really?
Who
Right.
am I?
Yeah, I don't think
So-
Ted is going, but who's Ted
Right.
really?
Yes,
That's-
yeah.
that's
there
what
are
I'm-
some people
That's
who
right.
are like, well, one
I
thing's
know-
for sure, I'm Ted.
I know these people.
We all do,
These
right?
are around this time of year. These people are going. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. They're just like, they're just in. They don't think how does this look. They're just like, now bring us the figgy pudding. They're in.
But some of the people doing that are
us.
Yeah, and are going, oh, it's true, America, and they're
Yeah.
like, fucking, wish Ted would like me.
Yes.
Like that's what complicates
And
it
isn't that-
because then
I
Ted's
think-
like,
I think
fucking
every-
double down. I don't know, or actually no, Teds are like a calming influence, right?
No, I can. I don't know. I actually prefer.
They're like,
neurotic.
just be a little bit racist.
I think
It
every,
helps.
I think every
It keeps the racists out.
It helps on the road. Who do you keep an extra eye on?
It keeps too many racists from happening. If you're a little bit racist.
Oh my God, there are probably people that are like, being racist keeps too many races from happening.
What are you gonna do? Be
All these races
super
keep happening.
racer?
Because if like a 7 times removed, like this person has a, it's fucking weird.
Well, all I know is I wake up on a bed. I don't want it to change.
Then I go to work.
If anyone tries to change my bed, fuck them. Like, yeah, it's like
I've never
they're
been-
like we call them ribosomes in biological.
ribosomes.
They're like they maintain, like they read the DNA.
I actually think that's brilliant. I often think of people in terms of cells. Because we're all just kind of doing what cells do anyway. Like I'm just like one of those loud cells that's like floating around, just going like, "Can I bond with you?"
Yeah,
Like,
and don't you think on a playground without a Ted,
Yeah.
you'd be cancer?
yes,
Yeah,
I need a Ted, and then I
we
become
would
a
be cancer
nose.
because we would show up to the playground
Yeah.
and be like, "Whatever you say."
Yeah.
Ah!
That's right.
Like, I've got an HBO show now, President.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't know when to stop, but
Yeah.
Teds go like, "What's with your shoes? I heard those shoes aren't right."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Fucking Teds."
Teds are like the white blood cells. They just fucking regulate shit.
I don't
or-
know what they are.
Teds are like, we got a nose to make. Some Teds.
Ted's got to wake up, make that bed.
Teds are mitigators. It's like
Some Teds.
Like Joey Cams says that mythology has a dual function. One part of it is to teach kids to dream bigger, and one part is to dream smaller.
Yeah.
Like it basically is both. It's like taking adolescents' natural anger, their natural like desire to eat the fathers of the tribe, and to direct it outward.
Yeah.
Which you do with like Star Wars movies, and you go, "Who? What? Hey, what? Yeah, you turning 13. You thinking that maybe if you cut my head off, you could be in charge of everything? What a crazy feeling.
Yeah.
You know, Luke Skywalker felt like that, but then he learned that Darth Vader lives in a spaceship. Hell, help me make these weapons.
Yeah.
That's a big part of mythology on a tribal level, is like directing anger outward, like get this radiation out of the power plant,
Yep.
so it doesn't melt down. And then the other totally contradictory part is you're trying to actually make people proud of themselves. You're trying to tell people, don't let the shielding around this nuclear power plant close us in, and so you're encouraging radiation while trying to figure out how to funnel it out into the world.
A healthy steam release. You know, I'll tell you something beautiful. This whole time I was trying to remember who said it, but unfortunately I can't remember his name, but it's a Joseph Campbell scholar who's talking about there's all these like teen suicides. And he's like, what people need to realize is instead of like walking on a bridge and jumping off, they need to realize what part of them needs to die that they might continue to the other side.
Well, the whole thing, otherw's they wouldn't.
Well, that's
Sorry,
what
I didn't.
That's what but mythology addresses youth angst and rage and anger and saying, yeah, fucking A, you're right. Part of you is going to die. And part of you is going to be killed by you.
That's what all young, like when
But there's another part of you that goes forward. And that's sometimes missing, especially from American stories, that sometimes we're missing that second part.
Yeah, if you create a societal mechanism that says to kids, you're either going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a thief, and they don't want to be any of the three, you're going to have a higher suicide rate than if you say to a kid, here are some things that people have been doctors and lawyers and thieves. However, also...
You could be a wizard.
You could... And part of you could be a wizard.
Yeah. I'm not even joking. Be a fucking knight or a wizard or a Skywalker. These are... Or a Neo.
All right.
Are you guys getting these references?